I'm going to be honest. If you asked me 2 years ago what I wanted to be in life, I probably wouldn't have a clue. And that's how it was for a very long time. But before we dive into all of that, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Tanush, and I'm currently a sophomore. 4 years ago, I was a pretty average sixth grader, but that all changed when the pandemic hit. I found myself locked in the confines of my own room, and I hated it. I was overcome by obsessive video game addictions, and this period genuinely felt like one of the worst times of my life. I couldn't break out of it, and my grades and self-esteem began to fall. I felt stuck and frustrated. But there was one thing that pulled me out of the sandpit of addictions. It was a single dream. Now, dreams refer to goals or desires that we envision for ourselves. They can be either personal or professional. For example, the creator of the periodic table claimed that the arrangement of the table came to him in a dream. I was going to learn something very new in the following years. I aimed to get rid of my obsessive addictions surrounding video games. So I started off by deleting all the games off my phone and laptop and began putting in the hours of work studying. In all honesty, it wasn't easy at first. I often found myself going back to these addictions, and I genuinely felt like I wouldn't be able to fix myself. But if there's one piece of advice that I can give you, it's to be patient and continue fighting back, because eventually, flickers of improvement begin to show. I began pushing back against my addictions. And slowly, I found myself becoming more and more disinterested in video games. And in my final exams, I scored straight A's. I'd done it. I had beaten the addictions that had haunted me for the past 2 years. I'd also learned something else. A dream isn't something you see while you're sleeping. It's something that doesn't let you sleep. But regardless, I still had a few questions. What now? What do I want to do in the future? What is my dream? I had achieved all of my current goals, but I had a desire to do more. I wanted to create something. I just didn't know what. So I went looking for answers. As shocking as it may sound, I actually enjoy maths quite a lot. I know. So I combined my passion for ambition and my personal interests until I found a field where they all met. For me, this field is computer science. I want to create software that will be used around the world someday. And I'm currently taking steps to achieving that dream. And I'm honestly quite lucky to be surrounded by family and teachers who support my ambition. But unfortunately, for many other people, in many other cases, this driving force of ambition and innovation is usually crushed in its early stages when young aspiring dreamers are exploring their interests. We are often guided towards safer options, to seek out stable jobs, to do as others do, to go through life without challenging any societal norms. This fear of being different, of taking risks, is what threatens to be the downfall of progress and innovation. Encouraging every person to take the same path, to seek out normalcy and reject individuality is what will lead to a mindless, uninspired society. Think about it. You're controlled by your own perception of yourself. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I believe I can do anything. The former president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, once said that we are all born with a divine fire in us. And our efforts should be towards giving wings to this fire and filling the world with the glow of its goodness. We can do this by embracing ambition, finding the courage to take risks, and persistently working to turn those risks into achievement. This is how we can continue to make great discoveries and invent new technologies. Don't believe me? Allow me to enlighten you. Henry Ford, the world-famous inventor of the automobile, took many risky decisions early on in his careers regarding his workers' wages and the prices of his cars. Bill Gates took major risks while founding Microsoft, from dropping out of college to challenging Steve Jobs. Richard Branson, the famous founder of the Virgin Group Industries, credits a lot of his success to the risks that he took. Our world has been shaped by people who are crazy enough to take those types of risks. It was shaped by people who were that dedicated. Which really begs the question, what can't you do if you fully dedicate yourself to your dreams? Thank you.